Alrighty. Welcome here. It's so good to have you. My name is Matthew. You know that. You saw it. And so welcome here. We're going to be practicing a yin practice mixed with live music. It is just a wonderful way to experience a little bit of presentness with the postures, to come into a sense of the music kind of feeding into our internal landscape. So music has this way of kind of painting imagery in the brain, imagery in the mind, and it gives us a chance to, for me, reflect on a lot of my memories, reflect on what happened in my day, reflect on some of my thoughts and things like that. So music is just a fantastic way of going inwards, and so is yin. And so maybe these two things, we can bring them and kind of join them together. A word that we sometimes use in yoga or for yoga is unity. Sometimes that word is they're interchanged. And maybe tonight we can bring a unity between music and between our yin practice. And I'm going to pick up my guitar in between each of the postures, and essentially I'll guide you into the posture, I'll demo it really quickly, and then I'll hop up and play the guitar. So the first posture we're going to do is a pose called butterfly. Sometimes I'll use blocks and stuff to kind of demo, but you don't have to use them if you don't have them around you. Everything's doable without the blocks. So you're going to sit down on your bum, place the soles of the feet to touch, and then you're going to just place those blocks, if you have them, underneath your thighs. And you're going to fold gently forwards over top of your legs there. Let the head hang down. You could also do this in what some people might say is like a supine position. So like laying down all the way on the back. So you could have the legs together just like that, same idea, but your whole back body is laying right down on the ground, head on the floor. So go for that, and we're going to be looking for that stretch in the inner groin muscles. And I'm going to play some music for you. Here I go again, yeah, with my heart always showing. I'm back on my knees. I'm back on my knees. Always we can talk through it, communicate, and we will work through it. I'm back on my feet. I'm back on my feet. I'm back on my feet. You take a few more deep breaths in cobbler's pose here. Sometimes in yin, these poses have a little bit of a different name. So people will call cobbler's pose butterfly. Same. It is a gift just to be present and notice, and it becomes pleasant. I'm back I'm back in my life. I'm back in my life. Alrighty, we're gonna come on out of cobbler's pose there. Just close the knees together with your hands and arms, and extend the legs out if you are laying on your back. If not, just return to like a comfortable seated position, and we're coming out of that posture. The next thing we're gonna do is lay down flat on the stomach, and we're gonna go into Sphinx pose. So for Sphinx pose, you're gonna, once you're laying down, you're gonna either come into a more gentle version by stacking the palms and forearms on top of each other and letting the forehead rest on top of the palms. Or you can come up higher and go into a posture that resembles more like the shape I'm creating here. So the legs are still extended out back behind you, arms are forwards in front, palms on the ground, and you're just gently pressing down into the hands and forearms to stay lifted up here. Now we could also do this on bolsters or props, like putting a prop underneath the chest kind of thing, and that can really help do this pose. All right, I got another song coming up for you. The song's called My Mirror. I think everything I'm playing tonight is originals. Yeah, just original songs for you tonight, from my heart to yours. Thanks so much for coming, by the way. It's really good to have you here. This is my soul bearing it whole. I won't fight it. Lovely fire, I will feed it. Send in worries and all my troubles. Let the flames take it. Release it, release it. Release it, release it. Descent staircase, this is my space into our world. Carry with me purple flowers, breathe in the sweet air. No toxins, warm air, reflect water in a mirror, in a mirror. In a mirror, in a mirror. Here's where dreams grow deep down so low. I won't fight it. Lovely soil, I'm gonna seed it. Send in loving and all of my passion. Let the soil take it. Release it, release it. Release it, release it. Ascend the staircase out of my space into our world. I'm gonna carry with me some of these lessons. Breathe in my brothers and breathe in my sisters. Reflect others. You're my mirror, you're my mirror. 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 So let's just take a few more breaths in this posture with the hands on the ground. Make sure that you're kind of giving yourself a deep breath out through the mouth, like a nice sigh. So one more breath in and one more sigh out the mouth. All right, we're gonna let ourselves down from supported Sphinx, or if you're in Seal or that kind of smaller version, come on down from there. And then you're gonna prop yourself up into a seated position so that you're sitting on your bum. And you're gonna let the legs go really wide apart into our wide-legged forwards fold. So the legs just go out as wide as you want them to go. Each person's gonna have their own kind of capability there. And then you're just gonna fold forwards so that your forearms are on the ground, or you can use your blocks and kind of support the arms in some way, shape, or form. And this is going to be a really great way to stretch some of the groin muscles and the hamstrings. Essentially kind of like the posterior chain of muscles is we're going to get a stretch in the back of the body, the back of the legs. But then since the legs are wide, we're going to get a little bit of that stretch into the groin as well. So sometimes it's nice to support the forehead, and you could do that by doing something like this and then bringing the forehead down on top of those stacked blocks. Yeah, go for it. Play some more music. So I got invited out to call them like a coffee house here in town, and they have live music playing, and the person that invited me out was playing live music, and they said, hey, do you want to play some songs as well? And it had been so long since I've performed live on a stage and not in front of a camera, and it was really, really fun to do it and be in person with everybody. So this is really great as well, and I just kind of feel like the warmth from last night's performing on stage still with me here. So thanks for being here and sharing this experience with me. It's really a pleasure to be here and do this with you. I'm gonna just keep going with some music here. This song's called Unfinished Spaces. Smoke circles round mountaintops. The trees, they are candling. Okanagan, you're so beautiful. The sun sets through ashes, and the wind, it blows, and it blows so hard, rises up into the stars and makes its way east to Nova Scotia. This is for the Canadians out there. Can you smell the BC trees circle round you and feel your knees? Make my way back to Manitoba, back to Manitoba. The times, they are changing. My thoughts are rearranging. 59 new faces, all beautiful and patient. And the wind, it blows, and it blows so hard, rises up to the stars and makes its way east to Nova Scotia. Can you smell the BC trees circle around you and feel your needs? Make my way back to Manitoba, back to Manitoba. There's unfinished spaces everywhere, but song makes them one. The song lies together, 120 interlocking arms, 120 interlocking arms, 120 interlocking arms. And the wind, it blows, and it blows so hard, rises up to the stars, makes its way east to Nova Scotia. And can you smell the BC trees circle around you and feel your knees? I'll make my way back to Manitoba. This was a good place to get to know ya. Yeah, that one goes out to the Canadians in the stream. Thanks for being here. Let's come out of the wide-legged forward fold. Just push yourself up from there. We're going to do a short stretch that I won't play music for. I'm just going to guide the stretch just because it's not going to be held for a very long time. So we're just going to do a seated side stretch. I want you just to sit down on the bum. You can use blocks if you have them and kind of sit like I am. The bum on the blocks and the legs forwards from the blocks, kind of in that downcast position. We can also just sit any way that's comfortable for us, whatever works. Now we're going to reach the left arm out to the left side, and we're going to let the chin tilt, and then we're going to look the chin over to our right shoulder. So reaching to the left with the left arm, looking down and to the right with our head. We're just going to feel that side neck stretch, traveling down the side of the neck into the shoulder, to the top of the shoulder area. And then perhaps down and out towards the fingers. So you can kind of wiggle the fingers a little further away from you, or even reach them off of the floor to get that stretch that you're looking for on that left-hand side there, on the neck. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And a relaxing breath out through the mouth. And let your chin come back down, looking at the floor. Lift the head up, reach out with your right arm. And just let your left arm do whatever. You can just have it resting on the leg or something like that. We're going to look down to the chin, to the floor, and then look to the left-hand shoulder. We're going to feel that stretch travel down the neck, on the right-hand side of the neck, down towards the shoulder and outer arm. Let's just take a few more breaths on this side. Full breath in through the nose. And out through the nose. One more like that, in and out through the nose. And then relax your chin back, just looking down at the floor again. And then lifting the gaze back to neutral and relaxing your arms so that they're both on your legs once again. Give your shoulders just a gentle roll as we kind of loosen the sensation in the neck area. You can also kind of give the head a roll, make it in just to a circle, kind of looking down to the sides, up, and just letting that circle happen in the neck. Well, let's circle the other way. And the head come up and over, up and over. And then relax the head back to kind of a neutral position. And let's set up for the next pose. I'm going to play some music for it as well. So the next thing we're going to do is a supine twist. So you want your blocks just off to the side if you're using blocks. And what we're going to do is just lay down on the back. Once we're laying down on the back, we're going to drape our knees over to the right-hand side, maybe on top of the blocks, maybe on one block with a block between the thighs, or just use pillows or something. Then we're going to look over to our left-hand side, and we're going to feel that stretch through the midsection and the abdomen, and then in some back body muscles as well. We're going to feel some stretching. So you can kind of support the shoulders as well in the posture. If you have extra squishy bolsters around, you can kind of slide them underneath the shoulders if they're lifted, and that can be really helpful as well. All right, another song from the Green Book here. I got two books. I got a green book and a black book. So I usually divide my set up into kind of two chunks, half from the green book, half from the black book. Yeah, it just seems to work that way for me anyways. Let me just find my capo. I think it's pretty close by. Yeah, it's not that far away, just kind of off camera a little bit. I was recording a video outside earlier today, and I used my capo, and I put it down on the kitchen table afterwards, and kind of forgot it there. Real. Here I am, as real as I can be. The song is called Hope and Home. I've been gone for so long. Will I still belong? A place so familiar, like my mother's song. Hope is that unmarked road that takes me home, is where love grows. And my heart knows that's where comfort flows. Now I feel rooted, I can recognize home, my mother's song home, no longer alone with the comforts of home. I'm home, mother's song home, no longer alone with the comforts of home. Memories of blue skies, embraces and smiles, an abundance of freedom, it seems to stretch for miles. The warmth of the welcome, like a fire awaits. Close my eyes and take a breath, the memories my mind creates. Now I feel rooted, I can recognize I'm home, mother's song home, no longer alone with the comforts of home. I'm home. Maybe home is a place in our hearts, not some physical space that keeps us all apart. Maybe hope is a thing that we share. It'll bring us together, one people, one prayer. I'm home, my mother's song home, no longer alone with the comforts of home. I'm home, the comforts of home. Yeah, I really love that song personally. It just feels really good in my heart whenever I sing that one. Oh yeah, just have a good warm smile after that. Let's change sides of the twist. So it's pretty simple. I'm just gonna let the legs flip on over to the opposite side of your spinal twist. I'm not gonna demo this side just because we just did it on the other side. But that's what we're doing. We're laying down in the back, and the legs are now over to the new side of the body, whichever side you haven't done. And yeah, spinal twist. I got I think 2 more songs left for you on this guitar. Maybe just one more. We'll see how the time gets us through things. I feel like I'm going a little slow today. We can just go slightly over an hour if we need to, though, as well. It's no problem. And I will dip my brush in the ink of my true self, and with it paint the world, draw only what you know. Don't get caught up in thoughts, for there is only now. I'll return to air, 'cause it gives me life. It gives me life. It gives me life. I'll return to air, 'cause it gives me life. It gives me life. Gives me life. I'll return to breath, 'cause it gives me life. And when you feel broken, I'll remind you of wholeness. And when you bow to me, we'll sew together our souls. The unity of body, together with the mind. They were never separate. They are intertwined. They're intertwined. They were never separate. They're intertwined. Intertwined. They were never separate. They're intertwined. The past is out of reach, so don't go and bother stretching. I guess unless you're doing yoga. Like the sunset at the beach, it's just old light your eyes are catching. There's things you can't control. Don't let them turn you blue. Like the clouds in the sky, big sky mind, they will pass on through. A big sky mind, they will pass on through. Pass on through. Like the clouds in the sky, they just pass on through. Got the big sky mind, they'll pass on through. Like the clouds in the sky, they just pass on through. Take a nice long breath in through the nose. A big sigh out through the mouth. This release like a balloon deflating. Let it all out. Hope things are sounding okay on your end tonight. I know I have had some sound issues in the past, sometimes getting things together and sounding okay, but I think this microphone here is probably just the easiest way to do it. You can give me a little thumbs up if things are sounding okay, or just leave it. Just don't say anything. But anyways, it is really good to be here, and I haven't seen any complaints come through about the sound quality yet, so I assume it's okay. All right. We're gonna ditch the book. We're gonna ditch that one book, and we're gonna pick up a different book. Awesome. I'm glad there's no sound complaints. So you might recognize this song. Maybe you know it. I lied when I said I wasn't playing any covers, because this is a cover. This is one cover. One not to be confused, one not to speed up truth. We had a promise made, 4 hands and then away, both under influence. We had a divine sense to know just what to say. Mind is a razor blade, to call for hands up above, to lean on wouldn't be good enough, to lean on. One night of magic rush to start a simple touch, one night of push and scream, and then release. 10 days of perfect hues, the colors red and blue. We had a promise made, we were in love. To call for hands up above, to lean on wouldn't be good enough for me, no. To call for hands up above, to lean on wouldn't be good enough. And you knew the hand of the devil, and you kept us awake with wolf teeth, sharing different heartbeats in one night. One night of magic rush, one night of divine sense, to call for hands up above, to lean on wouldn't be good enough for me, no. To call for hands up above, to lean on wouldn't be good enough. Every time I play this song, I feel a little bit more in tune with it. So that's every time I play it, it's like, that's the best I've played it. That's the best I've played it. That's the best I've played it. It's a good feeling to have. It's good to not regress. So yeah, thanks for being here and being in that pose while I play. We're gonna come out of the twist on that side, and we're gonna go into supported bridge next. So let me put my guitar down, and I'll show you supported bridge. You're down in the back. I know you can't see my head anymore, but that's okay. You don't really need any visuals that much. Anyways, you're gonna get down on your back. You're gonna bend your knees, plant your feet down on the floor. Once you've done that, you're gonna lift your hips and slip some block or box-like substance
block-like thing underneath of the hips and have that support structure there. If you don't have like something specifically yoga related around you, just get creative, go get some stuff and like pillows and blankets. And what works really well is a bunch of rolled up towels kind of thing. We can also optionally extend the legs out like so, if we want to feel more stretch on the fronts of the hips there. So yeah. So now it's time to put down this guitar and just grab a different guitar for a second here. Well, actually not for a second, for the rest of the set. I'll play some music out of the Black Book, which is songs from this guitar. I don't know why that other one's in that book. I gotta do something about that. I gotta take that song out of there. That's no good. I tend to be a pretty organized person when it comes to my music, but not so much everything else, you know. All right, forgive me if I mess this one up. This is the song I just wrote today, but I love sharing new songs. It's my favorite thing to do. They have a special quality to them when they're new. This song's called Finding Safety. And if you want to hear it, you can check it out on my Instagram. Walking on horse trails, feeling my feet. It's bright and sunny, and in spots the views are sweet, so sweet. Feel you behind me, come up beside me. You look up at the trees and tell me 2018 was a good year. Something tells me I'm gonna be okay. Finding safety, something tells me I'm gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay, okay. It's gonna be okay, okay. I pick up a seed pod, I split it open, feeling like a child, blowing seeds in the breeze. Look at the juniper, it went to tree form. And just below, you pointed out some burdock sprouts. And just below, you pointed out some burdock sprouts. Something tells me I'm gonna be okay. Finding safety. Something tells me I'm gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay, okay. Come across the cut block, it looks so barren. Can't help but wonder just how many homes are gone. Can't help but wonder just how many homes destroyed. Something tells me
Something tells me I'm gonna be okay. Finding safety. Something tells me it's gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay, okay, okay. Something tells me it's gonna be okay, okay. Something tells me it's gonna be okay, okay. Yeah, that song's called Finding Safety. Yeah, and again, if you do want to hear it again, please hop on over to my my Insta, and you'll hear that tune playing for you. Anywho, so good to have you here. Let's keep going. Let's keep rolling with it. What are we doing next? Let me just check on that. We just did supported bridge. We're gonna come out of supported bridge, take the bum up, lift the blocks out, move it. And next is deer or pigeon pose. So I'm gonna show you both those things, and you can feel free to try either one. All right, so pigeon pose is kind of a more lifted hip structure. Like we have the knee close to the hand, and the ankle, like the shin kind of angles diagonally towards the underside of the opposite hip. And we're gonna feel the stretch kind of in the glute muscle area, like the right bum and glute medius, and just generally that whole area. But we can put blocks underneath the hip, and this can be really supportive, and we kind of let some of the body weight go down onto the block. This is called pigeon pose. You can also do deer if you want. So deer, we just don't use a block, and we let the floor be our block. So we shift the whole hip to the side until the bum touches the floor, and then we might relax the legs just a little bit, like the back leg comes forwards, and then I usually go down onto my elbows or wrists or something like this, so I can feel that stretch moving into the bum, right side, and some sort of restful position. What you really don't want is any pain or torsion or like feeling of bending in the knee. So if you have anything like that going on, please do something about it. Mainly what you can do is use the blocks underneath the hip in pigeon to alleviate knee tension, or you can just go down all the way to deer pose, like I explained, with the hip down like this. So it should be on the right hand side. You should be stretching that right glute. And I'll pick up my guitar again. Yeah, that last song, there's something special about playing a new song. I don't know. It's like I just want to play it all the time because it's like the song of my heart at the time. I'm gonna keep playing you songs from my heart right now. A bunch of new stuff for the most part. This is another newbie. It's called Dream to Live. And eventually I'm gonna try to memorize more of my music, but here I am with sheets. Just need to change something here. That should be good. If I just moved when it was easy, I wouldn't hardly go anywhere. I got my boots sticking in the mud, at least I can see where I came from. Sometimes the path before you, it ain't the right one. You got a fork in the road, you can see the wild instead. Tired of living life up in the bleachers. Time to live life out in the field. Time to go after a feeling. You got a dream to live. You got a dream to live. You got a dream to live. You gotta have a strong foundation before you lay the first brick. But it's time I start to build. I think it's worth the risk. And I was taught don't build in the sand. I think that might be bullshit. And if you dream of a life on the beach, I say go for it. 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 Tired of living life up in the bleachers. Tired of living life out on the field. Time to go after a feeling. You got a dream to live. Tired of living life up in the bleachers. Time to live life out on the field. Time to go after a feeling. You got a dream to live. You got a dream to live. You got a dream to live. Let's keep it going. Woo! Let's go to pigeon on the opposite side. So just in case we need a demonstration, I'm gonna go down to the ground just real quick and show you. So you're gonna go back from pigeon to tabletop positions. You're on hands and knees. You're gonna walk the left knee up to the left wrist, swivel the shin diagonally to the right hand side, relax the right leg back behind you. By now you should be starting to feel a little bit of that glute stretch on the left hand side of the bum. And we're gonna come down into the elbows. This is our pigeon pose or deer pose. We just shift the whole hip and butt to the side. This has like been a game changer for some people that have a lot of knee pain when doing pigeon, or if you just have like an uncomfortable sensation when you come out of pigeon and you're really new at yoga and you're not sure if that's good, maybe do deer instead, because like long term over time repetition of putting that tension kind of laterally into the knee structure of the knee sometimes isn't really that great. Like we'll feel the stretch deep for that class, but and then maybe it feels okay for 20, 30 classes, but over time it can start to kind of bother the knee a little bit. So we really want to put the block underneath the hip to support, or do deer pose, which is really supported because the whole leg is on the ground. Got another newbie. This one's not done yet, I don't think, but that's how you know, for me, how I finish songs often is just by playing them a lot. And then, and sometimes when I'm playing it, something magic happens and I'll remember that magic feeling, or the session will have been recorded, like these ones, and then I can look back on them and say like, wow, that's a cool way of playing that part. I'm gonna make that the official way of playing it. So anyways, this is a song called Tender Sprouts. That B string is really out. I think it's just flat. There we go. Little tender sprouts growing up in spring. Remind me of when I was young and I was playing in the garden. Toes feel the soil, my hands work with it. Walking down the rows, feeling the sunshine. Little tender sprouts growing up in spring. Thankful for the cycle we're giving. Little tender sprouts growing up in spring. Thankful for the cycle. Thankful for the cycle that we're giving, yeah. It's always a surprise just how big some things can grow. Reminds me of when I was young and had so much potential. Toss me around in the wind like some new growth. Strengthen up my roots and grow a strong base. Little tender sprouts growing up in spring. Thankful for the cycle we're giving. Little tender sprouts and they're growing up in spring. Thankful for the cycle we're giving. When the fall comes, everything is seeding out, bundle it up in a package for next year. When the snow comes, everything is slowing down, blankets the ground and it muffles the sounds. When the fall comes, everything is seeding out, bundle it up like a package for next year. When the snow comes, everything is slowing down, blankets the ground and it muffles the sounds. It muffles the sounds. Little tender sprouts growing up in spring. Remind me of when I was young and had all that potential. Little tender sprouts growing up in spring. Remind me of when I was young and I was playing in the garden. Yeah, we're getting there with that one, folks. We'll get there eventually, right? We'll find it. Coming out of tender sprouts, coming out of pigeon on that one side, and we're gonna go into banana. So it's just like it kind of, like it looks like it might sound like it looks. Does that make sense? It's like this, it's like a banana shape. Boop. You just kind of tilt it over to the side, but you're laying on your back. So looks like this. Laying down, wiggle the legs over to the right. Maybe take your left ankle and cross it over your right ankle. Then wiggle the torso over to the right as well. And feel that stretch expand along the left-hand side of the body. Just allowing that kind of sensation, kind of like crescent moon. And we should feel the stretch in our external obliques and in some of the intercostal muscles in the rib cage area as well. But then also maybe down into the hip structure and like maybe feeling something down the IT band area. And then when we switch sides, I'll just kind of tell you to move over to the other side. This is a pretty simple one. I don't think I need to demo it again. Yeah, I'm going for another tune here. This is a song called Detached Love. It doesn't mean that I don't care. It just means that I'm aware that love is bigger than the both of us, and I'm willing to share. It's detached love. We're still connected. Detached love, with all people respected. Detached love. I try to embrace who I am. I can't erase what's within. Like what if I laid with a man, my skin touching his skin? What if we walked holding hands, the three of us together, and we get cold and come back and cuddle by the fire? Detached love, just a detached love, but we're still connected. Detached love, and it feels a little scary to me, 'cause I was taught a lot of codependencies. The only thing that's constant is the change. Embrace vulnerability and let this all rearrange. Embrace vulnerability and let this all rearrange. Deep breath in, filling up. And out the mouth. Breath can be very kind of soothing and calming for all sorts of reasons. Let's go to the opposite side of the banana pose. So legs walk over to the left side, torso walks over to the upper left side as well. I might as well just do a quick demo of it since it will feel good to get up and move around anyways. So this is what it kind of looks like. Legs go over to the left, torso goes over to the left, hands can rest on the stomach, or you can reach the arms up above the head if that works for you. For the most part, I just like to do it with my hands on my stomach. It's a little bit more of a gentle variation. Now let's play some more music. All right, this is a song I played last night, actually. Do I need a pick for it? I kind of want one, but I don't think I need one. The song's called Summer 2020. And you know what? I'm going to do myself a solid and just close the book on it and just go by the brain. You know, you can do this, brain. You got this. Don't worry about it. You can remember the lyrics to your own music. You gotta challenge yourself sometimes, right? At some points in time, folks. Well, I moved out of the lower mainland and I thought it might have been a mistake. Then I dipped my toe in a shoe swap dock and I jumped right into the lake. Well, there's nothing to do when you're in canoe. It's a town by Salmon Arm, there's no mistakes, I'm feeling great. And the sun comes down on Salmon Arm, it's coming down. And the sun comes down on Salmon Arm, it's coming down. It's coming down on us. Well, let me take her back a month or two. I drove a truck named Goldie. Because of a leak in the window in a seat, the brakes got kinda moldy. There's nothing to do when you're in Fairview and the brakes aren't feeling safe. Let's fix the brakes, get on our way. And the sun comes down and Salmon Arms coming down. And the sun comes down on Salmon Arms coming down on me. It's coming down on you. It's coming down. Now let
Take it back a few months more by Goldie on Cortez Island. An F-150 with a canopy will hold all our possessions. But my heart ain't quite as big, so I let some of it spill out. I'm spilling out, I'm crying out. And the sun comes down on Seminole, it's coming down on me. And the sun comes down on Seminole, it's coming down. It's coming down. Well, I moved out of the lower mainland and I thought I might have been a mistake. All right, come out of banana on that side, wiggle the legs back to the center. And we're gonna head for Shavasana next. You can just let the legs come all the way out, the arms expand out wide, and we're gonna just let the whole body kind of find that really nice and neutral shape in Shavasana. So Shavasana is essentially like you're laying down to go to bed for the night on your back, and you could put a pillow behind the head if that's your preference, but for yoga, my preference is just to kind of have the head flat on the ground with the rest of the kind of height of the yoga mat. But however, one thing I really do enjoy doing in Shavasana is elevating the backs of the thighs or knees. So if you happen to have two bolsters or like a block or something like that, take that thing and just kind of put it underneath the thigh in this general area in the back behind the thigh. And that's gonna just really help release a muscle called the psoas. And this muscle kind of, what its main function is kind of stabilizing the lower half and the upper half of the body. It bridges the gap between the lower half and the upper half. And when it gets really tight and kind of bound up, it wants to be released by going slightly into a bent position. Legs all the way extended can be very uncomfortable for the psoas because it's feeling like it wants to, like if it's tight, it doesn't want to lengthen all the way. Sometimes really tight muscles, if they're weak and tight, they really have a hard time lengthening and relaxing. So we can just give it a little bit of support with that. We're gonna bend it a little bit, and that can help the muscle group relax. So yeah, here we are in Final Shavasana. I think I got one more song planned for you on the set list here. I do. This is a song I was also gonna play yesterday at the coffee house in Sunnybray. But I didn't play it. I chose to play a different one, but I don't know. Should we do another memory test, folks? It might be pretty risky. We have to open the book mid-song, but we'll give it a shot, okay? The memory test went okay in the last song, so. Change of season brings change of reason, a new dawn, an awakening, a new hope. As spring dawns, winter rests its weary head as life emerges from our garden bed. A new face, new stage, new day, and summer is raised. The sunlight, new insight, opening my eyes to change. It makes me smiley, colors shifting, feeling warmth on my face, a new pace. Makes me wiser, ideas shifting, ready to take up some space.
excitement overflow, a new phase, new stage, new day, and summer is raised. The sunlight, new insights are opening my eyes to change. It's all opening my eyes to change. And these are the seasons of change. And the green turns to orange in those leaves. I'm free like a river so sweet. And now I'm ready at the brink. And now I'm standing at the brink of a new phase, new stage, new day, and summer is raised. The sunlight, new insights are opening my eyes to change. They're opening my eyes to change. These are the seasons of change. Thank you so much for being here in the session tonight. It was a big pleasure to be with you, to be singing for you. If you have anything that you need, you can always reach out to me in direct message. You can reach out to me via my Instagram. It's a good way to reach out. You can just send me a message on there, or send me a friend request and a follow, and we can start communicating. If you have questions about songwriting, about music, about what a song means, certain things, or about some yoga poses, I'm always here to help you out in any way that I can. Thank you so much for your patronage and your support. Thank you so much for the kind support that I can see coming through in the chat and stuff. I really appreciate that. From here, we will sign off. I have a habit of stretching out goodbyes for a little too long and not finding the right words to kind of just close it right off the hop. So I'm practicing goodbye. Thank you so much for being here, and we will see you for the next session, which is very soon. Take care.